was the jack-in-the-box, the ace in the hole during his stint as drummer with the Doug Anthony Allstars. There was an inherent wickedness about him, which he has clearly refined over time. He now steers the behemoth that is Good News Week, where he's responsible for the most haphazard point-scoring system ever devised.
Ah, yes, Paul McDermott joins us now to talk about his recent trip to Montreal International Comedy Festival, the plans ahead, and whatever it is that's upsetting him as he's sitting there. If you got
there's nits everywhere in the studio. Can you feel them? They're on my... It's just crazy here. It's, the water's infected.
Hang on, I'll flick them.
Don't touch the water. It's horrible.
You know, the worst
Have you got
thing
itchy
is...
knees as well? I've got this bad
itchy
thing behind
everywhere.
my head at the moment.
I know. Maybe we need to have it fumigated.
I can see them jumping off you.
Oh, don't.
No, they don't
everywhere.
jump, do they? Do they jump?
Leap. Yeah, they abseil down your body. Little tiny bits of
What
hair
bits of
follicle.
hair like this.
I know what you think of when someone's got the nitches. Oh, they're unhygienic, aren't they?
They're
dirty people. What's wrong with you?
Not dirty. I'm
haven't
really
been brought
clean.
up
Wash yourself, woman.
That's
And
fine.
shave your head and then bathe in metho. That's the way to do it.
Yes, and then we can light a match.
Do you know what? I want to know what the secret tips are. You know, you've got a child. You're telling me you've never had nits in your family?
We've never ever had nits in our
You
family.
will.
Nor have we.
You will.
We may well do, but we haven't at the moment. We haven't to this point. But thanks for the curse. Witchy woman.
I want you all to join the itchy... How can I get through 41 years of my life never having had nits and get them now?
Well,
It's
I've
wrong.
got through 50 and I still haven't had them.
I think one thing is maybe not to talk about them on air.
Alert the entire nation to the unhygienic nature of your good self.
Oh, I know. You know what? I'm out there. I'm breaking down stereotypes. You know, no matter what you do for a job in life and, you know, how many kids you got, we can all get nits, can't we? Hey? It crosses cultural divides. It unites us in a way we never knew.
Is anyone else finding this a little bit awkward and weird?
Just you and I.
People at home?
Speaking of comedy...
Do you still play the drums?
I never played the drums, but I love the fact that I'm now known as the drummer from the Allstars.
Did you not?
We never even had a backbeat. No, just 3 vocals and a guitar.
Didn't you have...
No,
You never
I
had
have
a-
no skills. I've no skills. I've got no musical skills at all.
Do you
Well,
beatbox? Like, do you kind of...
Yeah.
You do that, yeah.
No.
So where did that reputation come from? I swear I saw that Doug Anthony Allstars and you were playing the drums.
I don't know. What were you on?
Well,
Well, you know, when was it? The 60s?
Sugar and
70s?
spice.
oh, okay, so never any drumming.
Never any drumming, no.
Guitar playing?
No.
Not a
No,
musician at all?
I have an extraordinarily beautiful voice, and to play anything else would just be a distraction.
Would you like to bless us with, you know, a few little melodies, perhaps, you know?
I normally get paid a bit of shilling for that.
You've come to the wrong
Welcome to
choice.
Network 10. It doesn't have a
That's you singing the theme to Good
It
News
is,
Week.
yes, yeah. The most hateful song in the world now. Oh, stop hitching yourself,
I
woman.
can't help it.
Who did the original of that?
Hedgehoppers Anonymous. Hedgehoppers Anonymous.
Never heard of them.
I remember the song.
Low-flying Spitfires. Apparently that's where the name came from.
Hedgehoppers.
Fly low over the hedges.
As in the plane, Spitfire.
Doctors finding many ways of wrapping brains and digging drains and shelter from the heat or something. That was the
Yes,
rest of
very
it.
odd lyrics. I think they were sort of a bit Dylan-esque in their day, the Hedgehoppers.
That was it. One-hit wonders.
How do you explain Good News Week's success, biggest success second time round?
Oh, I think it was very successful the first time, but it's
Yeah, but
great
more
to come
successful
back
this
and get a new audience. And I think a lot of people that were too young to see us the first time around now grown up and now feel like they missed out something the first time, so they're watching us. So it's good to have an audience out there.
Which particular guests? I love the fact that you get some guests that are really savvy about the news. And some would think that's not the most important factor of the program, but it really, really adds to it, doesn't it, when you get a guest that's savvy about the news and amusing as well.
Yeah.
Which guests stand out to you?
And why haven't you invited us?
You need to be funny or savvy.
Well, at least I'm
The
savvy.
fear of infection in yourself is pretty high. Guests I love, I mean, Ross Noble was extraordinary. Anytime he's on, he's just brilliant. He's an English comedian who lives most of his time now in
We had
Australia.
him on here.
Yeah,
he's
been-
brilliant. But also, I love when we've had, we get politicians on. It's always great because they bring a sense of sort of authenticity to the show. And also, it's good to see a more human side to those people.
Are they easy to attract? Do you send out the word to some and they always say no?
They seem to be easier to attract when we did the show the first time around. We had some great politicians on there.
At the ABC?
It was on Channel 10 as well, yeah. But this time around they've been giving us a bit of a wide berth for some reason.
I wonder why.
I don't know. But it'd be good to get... I'd love to have Barnaby Joyce on. Barnaby! Come on the show, mate! Come on. Have a bit of a natter.
I was going to suggest Wilson Tucky.
Oh, I love Wilson Tucky.
He's hilarious.
Iron Bar. Love him. Got to get him on.
So who's on your wish list of people you'd love to have?
Oh, well, of course we'd love the Prime Minister. We always love to get
But
a
he's
Prime
not
Minister.
funny.
He would be in the right circumstances. I think getting up to do a mime, he'd be genius.
He
He's
could
a
do
very
the
adept
Marcel
fellow.
Marceau.
He manages to do a lot of things, so I reckon, you know, get him out there.
Yeah,
he
who
turns
else?
around the floor. Next to Mikey Robbins, of course, anyone's pretty funny next to Mikey. I'm sure he'd have a few chats.
Yeah.
Look, I always wanted to get John Howard on. We put in the bid several times. He never came on the show, which was very upsetting for me. You know, I feel personally spurned by that.
Do you?
Yeah. But
Still not over it.
still not over it. Still not over it. Yeah. The people of that, you know, that ilk, the upper echelon of your political forces in the country, that'd be what I'd be aiming for.
Sure.
This year you are going to do the Good News Week Awards. What will they be?
Well, we've done them several times now, the Good News Week Awards, but it's just handing out awards for the most interesting news story, the most dynamic tool, that sort of thing. Just an odd assortment of awards for people that sort of don't really deserve them. But, you know, people who have made the headlines in the biggest way. I suppose Michael Jackson will be up for an award this year.
Yes.
And is there
Posthumously received.
Clearly.
Is there a particular, statuette or something?
Yes, we have the Jet Sparrow.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
What in the world's the Jet Sparrow?
Jet Sparrow came out of a story about a Swiss guy, I think, that had invented a jetpack that was wings, that he could leap out of a plane, he could actually fly.
Oh, yeah, I remember seeing that.
Yeah.
That was in the news.
And we did a few jokes about that, and we ended up with a joke about the Jet Sparrow, which was a sparrow that, unable to fly, had adopted a jetpack. And it just seemed to take off on the internet. You know, it was one of those crazy things that people just started talking about the Jet Sparrow for quite some time.
Let's talk about the internet and comedy, because it seems now that, you know, the moment something funny happens somewhere in the world, everybody's got access to it. I mean, it's extraordinary. How does that change the comedy industry?
Well, I think it's phenomenal. I mean, if you're a performer, an artist, and you want to get your work out there, there's a simple avenue. You know, you don't have to go through all the problems of being invited onto a show, like Good News Week, and enjoying it. You could actually do the comedy yourself and put it straight out on the internet and let people know what it's about. So talking to performers about it, it is fantastic. Some people feel like their work's being hijacked, but then there's nothing you can do about it anymore. Every time you walk out your door, you're being photographed by CCTV cameras, or you've got someone with a mobile phone shooting you while you're lying in the gutter trying to enjoy a night out. It's those sort of things that, you know, it's disturbing.
Those
and I imagine,
comedy moments.
Oh, imagine if these things were around in the 80s, I would probably be in prison at this point. There'd be no way, because I did terrible things, you know, for most of my life.
Didn't we all?
And now that everyone's got cameras, you just think you can't do those terrible things that were so much fun.
Yes. and the problem is, even when you think you look all right coming out very late from a nightclub, you actually don't.
Well, you may be on the sauce a little bit. You may have a distorted perception of how you look.
Yes, that's right. One too many Midori illusions.
Not my favourite, but there.
The Montreal International Comedy Festival, you've just come back from there.
Yes.
How do Australians go down there?
Oh, for some reason we just seem to be kicking big goals over there, the Australians. So.
Have we always? I mean, we've always done pretty well in Edinburgh as well.
Edinburgh's been always very popular for us, I think, going back a good 20-odd years. And I think our humour, our sensibility sort of, in those days, was far more aligned with sort of an English sensibility or a British sensibility. Don't
you think the Canadians, we share something unique with Canadians? You know, there's a similar sense of humour?
Yes. Well,
no,
yeah.
you don't think so?
Yeah, no, I do.
Oh.
I mean, as opposed to, say, the American sense of humour, which for a long time seemed to be off there somewhere, and there didn't seem to be any sense of self-parody or irony or satire with them. But I think The Simpsons and programs like that changed all that. They started seeing themselves in a different light, and now they can laugh at themselves, which is good, because for a long time I don't think they were able to giggle at representations of themselves overseas. But after the Bush administration, they've got to have a laugh. Honestly, that was tragic, wasn't it?
Surely he's changed our, viewing habits forever when it comes to, international world leaders. I mean, it was really a gaffe fest with him.
It didn't stop. It was it's a great loss for comedians that he's no longer in power.
Since we're talking about this, I found this in the paper this morning. British naturalist Sir David Attenborough is honoured that a giant rat-eating pitcher plant has been named after him. It could have been worse. earlier this year, 3 species of slime mould beetle were named after George Bush, Dick Cheney and Donald Rumsfeld.
Yeah, that's good, isn't it? Those scientists having a go.
Oh, that's classy, isn't it?
Paul, we're out of time.
Oh, no! Oh, we haven't even begun yet. I can't believe...
Hang around.
Shoddy show.
Hang around. There are more nits to catch.
I was going to say, if you hang around for more than 7 minutes...
I feel itchy around the ear, actually.
It starts at the knees. All right, lovely to talk to you.
Thanks for your time.